Welcome to my school community. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming over and checking out my legacy course. And I named it Legacy, even though I know that it's about building an AI clone. I could have named something as a little bit more, where people hear the name and then they automatically know that, hey, it's about clones. But as I began to dive into building a clone of myself and being able to make it think like me, look like me, and all that good stuff, I realized something very powerful, that we are living in a time right now to where, we don't have to just be passed down our legacy. We don't have to have our legacy passed down through word of mouth, through writings, or even video, or recordings now. Hey, man, this is so powerful, you guys. I got to diving into it. I said, man, this is something. I'm literally able to put my thoughts and my skills, everything that I've learned about real estate, everything I've learned about trading, and combine in my life, all the wisdom, uh, everything that I've learned, about God and living in life, you guys, able to put it in and leave this legacy behind for my children and their children and their children's children, where they can literally sit in front of a screen and communicate with an avatar that looks like me, an image that looks like me, an image that sounds like me, and most importantly, it's going to give them responses the way that I would give them responses. So I thought that was pretty neat. So I had to name this thing Legacy. All right, so let me go ahead and dive in. I wrote a few things down, but I'm definitely not going to get to all of this because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And so when I first learned about school and I started building this, at first, everybody's so excited, like, man, I'm about to make some money. But hey, man, you guys understand. We all trying to make a living. But at the same time, I want to make a living by providing something of real value. I want to be able to give something of value. And that's the reason why I made this first course for zero. Okay, zero. But I also done it in hopes that you guys would be able to, see the value, get the value, and say, hey, man, this is pretty cool. This guy gave us this. You can see the value in it, and you would want to provide some type of recompense as well. I mean, that's just the way it go, right? So, like I broke down on the brain, that I'm gonna make a whole course, a whole nother course, to show you guys how to actually put in your thoughts and your ideas, make your little mini me, your little mini you, respond like you. I'm going to make a whole nother course for that, but I'm going to charge for it because it does take a little bit of work. Okay. So, anyways, like I said, I named this baby Legacy for a reason. And as you guys go through and, you know, deal with all the excitement of building yourself, seeing you talk and showing other people, it's very, very important what you say. Okay. I cannot stress that enough. Why have a duplicate you if, I don't want to say it, but you don't want to make a stupid duplicate of you, right? So if you're not on point, then you want to get on point, because this is truly, it's a game changer. If you totally focus in and begin to put this thing together, man, it can change your life and change other people's lives as well. So anyways, here we go. Without further ado, and you guys, I want you guys to understand that master mindset, or mindset period, is so huge. And I realized, or should I say, when I realized that if I change my mind, that it could change my life. Oh man, you know, just like my start, I had my twin, let you guys know that, hey man, I didn't come from a silver spoon. I didn't come from easy pickings. I came from hard knocks. I mean, I really had to go through some things. You know, I mean, I done spent a lot of time. You know, I spent 10 years in prison. I mean, shoot, man, I mean, I tell you one thing that made me realize, hey, man, this life is for real. And it does not play games, man. It is for keeps. Life play for keeps. You understand? And so I had to change my mind, you know, because if I didn't, you guys wouldn't be looking at me right now. And that's a fact. But when I did get out, man, I switched it around, man. I turned it around. Man, I've been in real estate, man. It's been a really good ride. I've gone through ups, I've gone through ups and downs. I've literally gained an empire. I've literally lost an empire. But hey, man, it is so exciting to just be able to build. And once again, it's about mindset. And then when you know, you say mastermind. I call this mastermind, but I charge myself to have a kingdom mindset. Okay. You know, a lot of people nowadays, especially want to discredit God. But man, that is the biggest mistake you can do in your life, man. You discredit God, man. You ain't got no reason to live. You know what I'm saying? You ain't, matter of fact, man, just, I ain't trying to give no sermon, but at the same time, if you discredit God, man, I don't even know what else to say. But a lot of people do. Okay. But that's your business. But either way, mindset is going to impact your life. So what type of mindset do you have? Okay. And a lot of the things that I do and how I've worked with my mind, I didn't invent it. I did not invent the wheel, but I sure do hop on and start rolling on it. Okay. Napoleon Hill has been a huge inspiration in my mind and thinking process. Huge. One of the biggest things that he gave first was, hey, he said, and I felt like he was talking to me. So I felt like he said, Eric, what are you here for? What's your mission? What's your purpose? And he called it definite chief aim. Write down your definite chief aim. Put it on paper. Because if you don't know where you're going, then there's many ways to get there. I'll say that again. If you don't know where you're going, then there's many ways to get there. Because wherever you end up, you cannot complain. Because you didn't have an aim on where he's going in the first place. So that's the very first thing that I advise you to do. You need to sit down and give it some real thought and start deciding, what are you doing with your life? What do your successful you look like? Write it down. And once you write it down, go over it daily. I'm serious, daily, multiple times a day. Get it inside of you, because when you do that, your subconscious kicks in. Napoleon Hill calls it auto suggestion. It kicks in and your subconscious begins to automatically work for you. Man, it's like magic, people. I'm serious. Um, Give thanks. Live in gratitude. Wake up every morning. What do you do? When you get up, this is the first thing you do, grab your phone. Man, throw that phone down. Matter of fact, man, turn it off for a week and watch how cool that'll make you feel. I mean, just throw it down. That's what I've learned. Man, I'm like, I'm on the phone all the time. Wake up, boom, on the phone, go to sleep, man. Why? Because it's always ding, 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 ding. Man, that phone will control your life if you let it. Put it down. Put it down. Pick up some gratitude. Okay. Speak declarations to yourself. What are declarations? Well, hey, declarations right here. Okay. This is my journal right here. I advise you, get you one of these babies. Open it up. Open it up daily, multiple times a day. Every day when I get up, hey, I gotta read to myself. I gotta remind myself who I am, right? Hey, you're just a little bit of mine, but you gotta get your own, right? I say, hey, this is my battle plan. I allow my work to write my biography. Okay? And then check this out. Because what you repeat becomes rhythm. And what becomes rhythm becomes identity. And identity, my friends, now we talking legacy. Okay? Uh, right here. My mission is clear. My purpose is definite. I do not hit the snooze button. Nothing is more important than my mission. I am the type of man who acts before he feels like it. Let them know that I don't back down. I can't back down. Fight or flight. And I ain't never had no wings. God didn't give me wings. Okay. But listen, this is just me. You know, nowadays, man, people walking around like they sleep, man. You got to wake up. Wake up, smell the coffee, pray, thank God. Live in gratitude. And also a big thing that you can do. I'm not gonna be able to get to it because I'm not fixing to make a long video for you guys, man. You know why? People's attention span is off. Nobody can even sit in front of a video for 10 minutes. It's crazy, right? You have to make 1-2 minute videos just to hold somebody's attention. Man, that is something. But I'll tell you what, if you just start out and just start doing that, okay, man, that would be so impactful to you would not believe. Okay? Wake up every day with gratitude in your mind and your heart. No matter what you have going, you have to learn to control your mind in all situations. Because if not, listen, y'all, when I literally, I mean, I built up my portfolio, right, to a $4.5 million portfolio. And I made one bad deal, man. It was $1 million deal, and it wiped me, y'all. Man, for real. And I would come into my office and I was just like, I mean, you don't know how it feels, you know, until you make mistakes that impact other people's lives. And as a real estate investor, if you start making some bad deals, man, and you have properties, then that's really gonna devastate people, man. And I was stuck. It stuck me, man. I would come to the office and I would walk, pace, and I'm telling you, once I got a little bit of that Napoleon Hill, man, he went to talking, man. I heard him one day, and I was like, wow, and it went right in with the word of God, man. And it was like God speaking to me like, boy, what are you doing? Wake up. Don't you know that you'll stay stuck right there, man, if you don't snap out of it? You got to get to moving. And you can't start moving in the right direction until you telling yourself the right thing. You got to understand who you are. You got to understand whose you are. That way you can understand where you're going, your purpose in life, and you can get to going, okay? And get to building that legacy. So once again, I appreciate you guys for coming over here. And hey, if you're gonna really, I mean, you go ahead, take the clone, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. It's a gift. I want to give that to you guys, okay? But if you really take me serious, you'll go ahead and tap in on this next training that I'm making. Like I said, I'm gonna charge a little bit of money. But hey, man, y'all guys gotta respect that, right? Okay, so that's really where the rubber meets the road. When you can start making this thing think and talk like you and respond like you, and you can have your kids talk to it, and they say, "Wow, Dad, he's giving responses just like you." That's power. All right, so we'll see y'all there. Thanks.